was, and whether that was schematically and communicating our assignments with mental errors, or whether that was just technique and kind of just getting beat there. There were different things across the board.
You talked about helping Elijah next. What do you tell him after a game like that? Obviously, that's right for them. They're at the help.
Yeah, obviously it's tough. It's tough to be a young offensive lineman in that situation. You have some that don't go your way against a good group of players. It's definitely a tough thing, but it's something you got to learn from, something you got to go through, come out on the other side as a better player in person because of it.
What is your confidence still, in this line and the young guys on this line that they will be ready to bounce back?
Yeah, the confidence has got to come from our preparation. So it's got to come from another great week of practice. And, I thought we prepared well. And obviously we didn't play well on game day, but it comes back to this practice field. It's habits that we've got to earn and develop on this field, and, things that we've just got to earn in the meeting room and out on the field.
Was communication tough at all, given kind of the level of noise there? Did that play a factor at all?
I think at some points, that's just kind of a given with some road environments like that. I thought overall our communication was good, but certainly it can be better in some areas.
So just what was Josh Henson's message after that?
Yeah, obviously, kind of like I said earlier, we just didn't execute to the standard that, we needed to in our room, for this offense and for this team. So it's just going back and, again, learning from all those areas, like what was it? Why were those reasons? What are the things that we need to attack each and every day to get better and to execute better for this team?
A lot of young guys in that group. How do you make sure that confidence stays high after a game like that?
Yeah. Obviously it's tough. We've got to, like I said, learn from it, but at the same time, it's got to be tough in that sense. But like you said, you got to kind of continue to build confidence. And again, it's hard because you can only say so much. A lot of it you have to do through your practice habits and through game habits and feeling it and starting to win and build confidence through that. So really, it is a tough process. It's something that is going to be hard, but you have to build confidence, like you said.
What is the challenge look like this week? What's similar, what's different?
Yeah, we've obviously got to bounce back, have a great week of preparation, regardless of the outcome of last Saturday. Obviously, coaches are getting us going on this next game plan. Wisconsin's got a good team, so we've got to attack it every single day and handle it the right way.
Is it possible to actually over communicate when you have guys pointing at so many different guys right up to the point of the snap?
I think sometimes over communication can lead to overthinking, but at the same time, especially in like a road atmosphere, you definitely want to make sure that everyone is on the same page, especially if we're getting something that's a little out of the norm. So you could say that, but I would say in general, you'd rather be safe than sorry there.
I know you talked about being a vocal leader more, I could say, this season. Mm-hmm. How much does a game like this kind of test you or push you to be more of a leader in this situation?
Certainly, yeah. It certainly tests me, and it tests all of our leaders. Obviously, it tests me both as a leader of the offensive line and as a leader of this team to kind of, like I said, respond, grow from it, learn from it, both individually and as a team. It challenges, obviously, whatever I can do as a player and as a leader and as a teammate.
Did you make it Tobias at right tackle and Mason at left tackle? What did you think of their performances?
Super proud of Tobias, being able to step up and handle a moment like that and, do his best, kind of getting thrown into the fire there. Obviously, he's in the same spot. He's got a couple things to learn from and grow from, but I was super proud of his ability to be ready and hop in there and do his job most of the part.
He came in pretty raw when he first started here. How have you seen him kind of develop over the course of that time?
Yeah, just obviously seen him been really committed. He's made big changes with his body, and he's continued to just grow his football knowledge and his technique and his ability on the field, which has been a good thing to see.
Difficult spot for Alani just to kind of get subbed in and out at times. For him in particular, what do you say to him? How do you keep his kind of confidence high? How is he bouncing back?
Yeah, again, a lot of it is just kind of mental. It's just kind of like, what story you're telling yourself, how you're handling things, how you practice, how you lift, how you meet, how prepared are you, how confident are you in yourself, kind of all things like that, and not necessarily being defined by, I'm rotating, or I'm this, I'm that. Like, he's got so much talent, and it's our job to just get that out of him in whatever way that we can. And it's something that's tough, but it's something that we've got to do.
Coach Riley talked about how Michigan, that's probably the toughest spot for your offensive line group the rest of the way. Is that something you guys talked about? Like, hey, this is really tough, but we're probably not going to face an environment like that again this year.
It's in a sense that that was a great atmosphere, and that was against some really good players. But at the same time, that there's challenges every single week that we've got to be ready for and that we've got to be better for.
You talked about confidence earlier. For the younger guys, how do you sort of keep them in it mentally as the season goes on, especially like an environment like that?
Yeah, kind of like I said, being there as a young offensive lineman before in that situation, confidence really comes from habits built over and over and over and over. It's hard to get yourself out of a rut with one play. It really usually doesn't work like that. You've got to build it, and it's really going to come from good days of practice and habits through that, and feeling confident with the game plan and in the meeting room, and kind of just building it all together.
Thank you, Jonah.